Welcome back, everybody. Automotive Inc. here. Today we have something brand new and very kind of special, actually. So as you guys know, Nissan does have a little Rogue, but for 25 they brought out the Rock Creek edition. So that is basically their off-road-esque looking. Keeping in mind this is not a serious off-roader, but we'll get to the points of what my wife likes about this car, what even drew us to it. And then we found one so new that they really don't even have a ton of it out there on the road. Obviously it's not even 25 yet, but this thing literally still has the tags and stickers on it. But we wanted to get a view of it. So you do have your little 3-liter turbo, same platform as a standard Rogue, but we're going to point out the differences. All right, so we can see right here, guys, the Rock Creek does come with a smaller rim right here, some Falcon Wild Peak tires. So we're going to find out if they're noisy like the Chevy had on their Equinox. The general grabbers were a little bit loud. You do have the matte black body cladding. You do have Rock Creek specific with lava red things, but you don't have those chrome inner pieces here on this package. You do get surround view, is what they call their 360 camera, but really where it zings is right here on the front end. No chrome. You get those little white inserts or body colored inserts in your grille. Real muscular stance. You do have functional air vents down here, and then this is the daytime running lamps. The lower piece is the headlamp. As we come around here, you can see the wrappers are still on there, so it doesn't have the caps in it. But you do get this wonky, beefy looking rack, and I mean it is legitimately beefy, but just a nice look. Here is the back end. Again, all black lettering. You do get the power trunk, and again, all the wrappers are still in here. So a lot of these, yeah, she's got the all-weather Rogue mats, which are nice. I love how OEM makes their own WeatherTech now because they're way more grippy. And then they also carpet the inner wheel well here, so that's nice. And then so this is Velcroed on. This is their mat. This stays on it. So that would kind of make it a little bit harder because this one doesn't have the utility system where you can change up the actual cargo area, but we can go and lift that lower area up.
Kinda. There we go.
And you actually get a temporary spare, which is kind of nice. But that's just a little bit less storage than what we're used to. But yeah, you can put some stuff down here. All right, so that was heck. But we're going to look at a Platinum here in just a second. It does have a dividable storage. You do have the button that you can make it lock when you shut this, so power lift gate. Decent little storage back there, nothing crazy. And then you only have a little bit of hard plastic here, really nice soft leather here, or leatherette. The up trim ones will come with tri-zone. And then you do get a hybrid like cloth / leather seat with the contrasting stitching. And if you guys watched the Hornet review, this cab already looks way bigger than that. That thing was so tiny, and the roof line on it had a very small back window. This has a decent back window. And the 25 Nissan Rogue 38,725. You're going to want this package though to get the hands-free liftgate. The plus means it's foot activated also. Wireless charging pad, heated steering wheel, that is a big thing for her. As we get in here, I went ahead and pulled this wrapper off so you guys could see it. Very nice leatherette type seat with actual stitching. It's not too crazy. Good storage down there and decent on the doors. I do like these big grab handles for the kiddos, and this is all soft touch right here. Super nice, super nice. Only hard plastic is there and there, but my mom has a 23 Pathfinder. This plastic holds it pretty well when you're bumping into it. You do have power seat on this, but no power lumbar. All right, so once you're inside, guys, only a little bit of piano black. I'm not sure why they put a big wad of it here. They should have put this like fake or scratch looking wood. So it is piano black there on this. But dual zone, again, you get your heated steering wheel, heated seats, small infotainment screen, wireless CarPlay, corded Android Auto. But again, it does have that 360 camera. It is nice there. And then of course you can change your views for a curb view, full front view, full back view. Stock stereo is not even anything fancy, and it actually sounds really good. Soft dash, everything's nice here compared to that Hornet. That was horrible. Steering wheel feels like the Lexus one. And as you guys remember, Here's the missus. Again, this would be her replacement car. On this trim, you do get analog gauges and a 7-inch digital screen in the middle. And of course, their 360 safety tech. Good storage though in here, right? How are you feeling about the storage down here, here,
I think there's a whole ton of storage. I like that they put the wireless pad here. We're still not exactly sure if it's got the wired or wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Because it's so new, there's not a lot of information out on it. There's storage underneath here. You could put a box of tissues, or as my kids would need, snacks. The cool little console here is pretty deep, but it's got a little drawer that you can go into and just put little things in there. I like that you only have to really have one side open. I love the orange stitching that they put in all around here, so I think that's a really cool, nice touch, because the only interior color you can get in here is black. However, they lightened the roof headliner, so that is not all super dark. So far, I mean, again, this is brand new. We are literally the first people to drive this car, so it's got a whole 7 miles on it, and we're gonna go take it for a test drive.
Absolutely. One thing you can take note is when you're in this segment, a lot of them aren't putting C-pillar or D-pillar windows, so this does have a little cutout back there. And from here, with the camera at shoulder level, you can see out the back window. So that is a nice little plus. But so we're going to see what this little 3-liter turbo does. Supposedly it gets 29 combined, 27 city, 32 highway. Again, your fuel economy will be subject to how you drive, because if you're always into the turbo, probably going to get a little bit less. But let's take a look and see how she drives. So I know a lot of people will say that this shifter kind of sucks. I had one in my Pathfinder. Mom got one in here. As soon as you figure out how to use it, it's a nice place to put your hand, like a real shifter, versus all the buttons, dials, and everything else they're doing these days. So I don't mind it. And you just put the window sticker right in the way.
Yes, they do.
So now we can turn down the heat. And if you guys don't know Nissan, their HVAC system is really pleasantly quiet compared to others, and it moves a lot of freaking air, so it'll heat you out really quick. All right. And it is nice to have analog gauges. I know a lot of people are into the all digital thing, but it loses some depth. And when you're a truck driver, so you drive a lot, it helps your eyes to have that depth. So it's kind of nice. But we're going to take this way out.
Maybe not way out. They didn't give us a lot of gas.
You know, it says we got 63 miles still. We're empty, so we're good.
We're going to have another Telluride instance.
Nah, yeah. When we bought our Telluride, they said it was fine on gas. We weren't paying attention. We were so hyped up in the situation. It ran out on the highway. That sucks. But anyway, smells really nice in here. And when we say this, you know, at the end of the day, our Hyundai was bought brand new, and it smells atrocious. Our Telluride smelled atrocious. Both of those had Syntex leather, colored leather from those brands, and both of them emitted a bad smell. Now my Sorento with black interior did not. But that being said, these seats are some of the best seats.
They are very comfortable.
I mean,
and they don't even, none of them have the air-conditioned seats, which I know is kind of a big pain for some people. I don't really care for the air-conditioned seats. It really makes it much more firm, but these don't. They do have the heated seats, which I really like, but they are very, very comfortable. I think they kind of rival the Ford, which you guys know I love the Ford seats. But even the Chevy Equinox had it equally as comfortable, and these are really nice. I really enjoy sitting in them, and doesn't really take away the fun of the driving.
Right, because seat comfort should be huge to anybody that's going to buy any car. And Chevy's notorious for firm seats. Their new Equinox has really nice seats. Of course, Ford, I think, and we agree, has the best seats. The Hornet we were driving the other day, some of the hardest seats we've sat in a long time. And Nissan uses what's called a zero gravity seat. You can see zero gravity recliners and stuff. Zero gravity seats, they're impeccably comfortable, and basically it has to do with a lot of engineering and stuff to make these seats this good. Really good seats, so good job on that, Nissan.
Definitely. Well, the drive so far is really nice. I punched it at the light, and that turbo is wonderful. It definitely does no lag in it, even though this is probably the first time it's been driven really ever. So for the most part, I have no complaints with the speed. The power is real nice. Definitely beats my Tucson.
Yeah, and so far, those road tires are not all that loud, or those off-road-esque tires. which I think would have a lot of pluses for a lot of people, because all-season tires are great. They're good in all seasons, allegedly, but having a little bit more meat to grab, I think that that's really nice. Yeah, we've had a lot of Nissans in the family, so this is not too off the wall. Now again, if you hop in here, look at their tech in this level with the smaller screen. Is it mind-blowing? No, it's very similar to Subaru, but it's simple. There's not a lot that you really fiddle fart with it, but the buttons are big that you have to touch, and there are redundant buttons down below. So the wife loves extra buttons, so you don't have to run it all through the screen, or haptic buttons. Haptic buttons are the ones that are kind of painted, and you just hear it beep when you do it. So it's nice. It has all redundant buttons here. We don't really have any of the safety tech turned on, but we're not going to turn up this stereo. But this is the bass 6-speaker stereo. It had really good bass, right? We were listening to Christmas tunes.
It rivaled definitely when I thought the Subaru stereo was really excellent. The Equinox stereo, I would say, is definitely lacking. Again, I'm not more into, I need the bass booming and enjoy all my music then. I just need to be able to listen to a song. However, this one has a pretty killer one. I will say I love the steering wheel. Just to add on to it, the steering wheel is like butter. It is very, very soft. And all the buttons that they have here are self-explanatory, very easy to go through. But overall, I'm impressed with it.
Yeah, because again, the touch point seats and steering wheel buttons, ergonomically, is it set up well for you, and use usability, like she's saying it. The buttons on the steering wheel, some of these steering wheels looks like a cockpit of a 747. They got so many buttons. Yes, you can figure it out, but sometimes some people just don't have the time to figure it out quick, and this is easily laid out, like you said. Steering wheel is buttery. All the leatherette in here is super nice. I mean, it feels very upscale. And all right, so now we're talking about that. This body style has a big draw to her, right? I mean, you like boxy things.
Love it. And the first time I saw this, I had to drive it. It is super cool, very rugged looking, and I like that. I like to drive something that doesn't look like it's getting lost in the sea of cars or SUVs in Colorado.
Yeah, she's always liked to kind of have that boxy look, and this, when she saw in the commercial, like, what's that? And so we waited for it to say it was a Rock Creek edition. It's brand new, and I think they really nailed this look. Everybody has their one muscular look, because of course in this segment, the Ford Bronco, that's their version of this. But you know, Chevy has the new Active in their Equinox, very sharp, kind of rugged-esque. Again, not a true off-roader. It's kind of like set up to look like you're going to go off-road, but you never do. But when you're in the city and you got some crappy snow or whatever, having those beefier tires, that's a plus.
Yes. The
look is nice. It's not, like she was saying, the blend in, you ain't gonna blend in this thing. This thing is all new. It looks really groovy. Yeah, I mean, it's really, really nice. We do have to try, after we had the busted Hornet windshield wiper in the rear, and the Ford one was so damn lousy, noisy, you would have thought it was making popcorn back there. We'll turn this one on and check it out.
Maybe, if I can figure out. Aha. Oof. Well, there's no moisture, so
squeaky.
It's not raining or anything.
Yeah. But
there we go.
Other than the squeak, you can't hear the motor, so that's really good. But ergonomically, the sticks are an easy layout too.
Yeah. It's not like which was the one we drove with a huge paddle? Was that the Hornet?
Yeah, the Hornet had the big paddles that made no sense. This does have paddle shifters, but they are the perfect size. Check this out. So you can see right here, the paddle shifters are perfect size for any size hand. That's the way they should be. If you're driving an Indy car, I mean, the other ones in the Hornet looked like they were made out of a freaking KitchenAid spatula. They were so big. I mean, they were kind of ridiculous. But you can see right here, guys, you have everything laid out easily for your all your safety suite stuff, your volume. Love all the red stitching or orange stitching, especially beautiful. And that's what the wheel cap's going to look like. But me personally, I would be into this trim because of those analog gauges. I think they're sharp.
Yeah.
They're good looking. Now we do just have the basic screen up in the middle with the speedo, but that is highly configurable, just like our Pathfinders. Very, very quiet ride so far. Hopefully we can get to a red light where she can punch it. She didn't want to get on the highway in this one because she was worried about it. All Rogues for 25 are still the same horsepower, torques from last year, and it's the same engine across the board. So she did just do a U-turn. She never likes doing those.
It was easy, actually. The handling of this was really smooth, and it was really easy to do U-turn. The turning radius in this SUV is actually phenomenal. I'd probably say it definitely tops my Tucson. I wasn't ever able to do U-turns that confidently. So I'm really impressed with the turning radius here and the way that it handles. I really like that too. It doesn't seem difficult to handle at all, obviously, but it is a smaller SUV. It's just not as small as the Dodge Hornet. It is, I don't know. I have no complaints so far. I'm really impressed. The only thing, I guess, the only complaint I would have is I need my nav. This does not come with nav.
Yeah, in this trim, you are not getting the bigger screen, so you're going to have to use your Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. I will give them a thumbs up on this too, because with the Chevy, you did hear tire drone, even at 35, 40, no tire drone. You do hear a little bit of exhaust note, which is okay, because in all of these little four-cylinder cars, you hear some, but you can't hear it a lot.
No, and I do think that because we're the very first ones driving it, and there's not a ton of gas in it, I think you're going to hear more noises and feel a little bit more lag than it would be once it's kind of warmed up and the engine's been on and used.
Yeah, because it's still in demo mode here. We got so much plastic in here, we should be hearing a lot of rattling and cardboard and stuff, but it's still actually pretty quiet. Now, unfortunately, she's sitting on the plastic, which can change the feel of the seat, because, I mean, that stuff is tight on there. And I took this off because I'm not sitting on that. And the seats are really nice.
The seats are very nice, very comfortable. The overall steering with this is very comfortable. I am very impressed with the way this is. I think all the upgrades that they've done to this is phenomenal.
Yeah. And with this, guys, you are going to get your auto high beams, the whole safety suite from Nissan. Adaptive Cruise, blind spot monitoring, blind spot, all the stuff. You're getting all of that even in this trim. So if you're a person that does need factory nav, then you're going to be using CarPlay or Droid Auto anyway. But I mean, the screen is super, super easy. I mean, again, it's nothing crazy here, nothing fancy. But I mean, you can go in here and use it. I'm going to guess that the Apple CarPlay visual is just fine, that the screen's just fine. But a good feel on all the knobs and stuff too. You know, when you're cruising through here and all this stuff has a nice definitive feel and click to it. Yeah, it's really, really nice. Now, once we get back, guys, we're going to do a wrap up on this one, and we're also going to drive the Platinum, which will have everything that also has the new screen and everything. So we'll get her 2 cents here in just a minute. All right, so we're going to wrap up on the Rock Creek. So again, what are your thoughts? Exterior, interior, everything like that?
I think the Rock Creek exterior is absolutely fantastic. It is so rugged and cool looking, but yet it's not to the point of like where you're buying, you know, an FJ or a Ford Bronco where you're like, I have to now go take this on a rocky road somewhere. But it gives that look to it without having to, you know, feel bad you're just driving in the city. The interior, super nice. The seats are really, really comfortable. I like the light colored headliner. A little sad you can only get the black seats. However, I loved the orange stitching that they did throughout that, and then the little orange on the Nissan wheel. I do wish they upgraded their infotainment center. I think if they had the upgraded features that they have in like the Platinum and the SL, I would be sold.
Right. So keeping in mind, and she asked me, why do manufacturers do this? Because when you're trying to cater to so many different likes, I think people that are buying the Rock Creek version are the people that are out tenting in it. They're going to go down that little rougher dirt road, maybe go off some stuff, nothing major obviously. And so to that buyer, having a half cloth, half leather seat, having the smaller screen, they're the adventurous type people. They're going to be out and about. They probably don't care about it. Was it a miss for Nissan to not put the bigger screen in there, being a 25? Yes, but then you negate your other trims. You negate Platinum, you negate the SL, you know, so it's kind of like one of those things where they made it unique. It still has maps, does not have factory maps or factory nav, but it's going to have your CarPlay and your Droid Auto. So you have your Google Maps, you have nav. It's fine. in a sense. I get what she's saying is the perfect mix. Now, could they add that in a package that we could pay for? Sure. But that Rock Creek package starts like at 35 and goes up to 38 if you get the heated steering wheel and all that other stuff.
Package, yeah.
The tech package. So it depends on how you want it. The SL's the nice intermediate trim because it's also in that 40,000 mark, nicely loaded, so a couple grand more, but you're not getting that rugged look. That's completely different.
Yeah, it's a little bit more refined look, I would say, in the Platinum. It's just more, it looks refined, and especially they updated the front end where it's not all chrome anymore. It's like a mix of chrome and I would say black into it. I'm not really sure. The wheels are really updated and fancy looking. So they really did go above and beyond, especially with the tech package in there.
Yeah, so I think the Rock Creek is a good fix if you're looking for one of those rugged, no tire noise. That's great. More aggressive rubber, but no noise. We weren't able necessarily to check fuel economy on that one, but we did check fuel economy on Platinum, and we will talk about that one and link that video down below. So if you want to check out the Platinum, the link's down below. And then when we get to the Platinum, this link for this video will be in that description, so you can do all that. But overall, your thoughts? Would you buy that Rock Creek?
As of it stands right now, probably not. The outside is wicked cool, but I'm a girl who needs a little bit more luxuries. I like having the Google Maps without having to hook up my phone to the cord, and I know it's a first world problem, but I need my I get lost a lot, so having that readily available and getting me home safely is good.
All right, so there you have it, guys. As always, appreciate you being here, and we'll catch you on the next one.